I can have a painting on my wall. Take this one here behind us. You could look at that, be engaged in that for minutes, hours, and it could bring raw emotion to you to the point where you could actually have tears in your eyes. Where I could come up to that same painting and go, oh, that's bloody horrible. I wouldn't hang that in my toilet. And there's an exact example of what happens all the time and everywhere with art, in the fact that it is incredibly subjective, particularly abstract work and contemporary work where there's a lot more interpretation. But what it does is it transcends language, it transcends culture, it transcends social economic positions, etc. So it's an incredibly powerful platform for interpretation. And again, you could look at something and absolutely love it, and I could be substandard on it. So as an artist, you're aware of that. Of course, whatever you create, you're never going to please everybody. So you've got to have a lot of self-belief in your own ideas, skills,
passion,
delivery, exactly. And then, of course, what is very hard for most creatives is the courage. Two probably the biggest things that I find are most important for any artist or any creative to actually pierce through the pack, the crowd, to at least, I suppose, get noticed or some sort of attention, is the self-belief, the biggest thing. You get a lot of noise, most of it negative, and to have the courage to stay true to your beliefs and you drive through, even with all of the battering and the pushing and the hitting in the negatives. That's one of the toughest things, and unfortunately for a lot of creatives, that gets them. So I suppose it's definitely one thing that I would pass on to any budding artist is be true to yourself, obviously, and strengthen your self-belief through your own confidence in your work, and then obviously have the courage to push through. So it's a beautiful space. Commission, back to your initial question, the reason why most artists tend not to like to go down that space is because brief as well. What you ask me to create a piece based on what you've got in your brain is very, very difficult to be able to get it transcribed and then shifted to my brain and then interpreted in the way which you feel is perfect. It's nearly never perfect in your brain. So, it's a tricky space. But look, I do it, and there's some techniques I use in order to, I suppose, cross over some of those challenges. I'll create a version in a digital form and digitally insert it onto, let's say, their wall, so that they can start to get a feel for size and color and balance and all that, which does help a long way. But it's a tough space.